Ladies and gentlemen.
Fire. When you work bless, you know we God bless. When you work bless, you know we God bless. When you work bless, you know we God bless.
Fellas, welcome back. It's the Fellas
Fellas.
Show. It's the Fellas Show. May
We're back.
26th, 2021. And it's a Wednesday. Is it a Wednesday? I always am
It's a
so
Wednesday.
scared every time I say that. I just feel like
You're gonna get it wrong.
if I'm wrong, I feel like everyone's going to be so confused all day.
If you started this show out by saying we were on Thursday when we weren't, I probably would go through the entire day thinking it was Thursday.
I would have no consequence on our lives.
I would have, and nothing would change between Wednesday and Thursday because I just do this and watch sports. So, wow.
Yeah, I thought the
What is
Sixers
this?
were on.
Third straight week of the Fellas Show?
This is 10, 11, 12. This is day 13.
Day 13 of the Fellas Show.
A little late. Haven't missed it, though. And that's the key.
Haven't missed it. Yeah. We were about 5 minutes late today, but it happens.
Can't
We got
be
some
late to your
bang
own
energies to really get us going.
Shout out the Bang Boys. God bless America edition.
Not a paid ad.
Sixers edition, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Well,
there
let's
you
go. Let's go. They play
Hey,
tonight.
they do play tonight.
They play tonight.
They gonna win?
Let me find a good
Sports news for today.
Yeah. There is a chance that either team could win this game of basketball. Thank you very much. Okay.
Sixers are either gonna win or they're gonna lose.
Yeah, now that we got our nice democratic response out of the way, everyone no
Sixers
jinx
gonna fuck them up.
Bro, don't say that. All right. But we got some good stuff for the day. We got
it seemed like it was going to be a dull, dry day for sports news, and then shit just kind of started happening, and it's no longer a dull, dry day for sports news.
Yeah, I don't know what do we want to get into here.
Let's we could start it off with some soccer. We don't talk about the soccer much.
Yeah, true. Let's get that going.
The soccer. So, Europa League final is coming up. I believe it is tonight. Yes, tonight.
Wow. That is coming up.
The team, Manchester United, a very, very popular team from English Premier League, is playing. I should know this because I actually follow this stuff. It happened in Gdansk, not to be confused with Verdansk.
I was about to.
Different Poland place. Hang on. So Manchester United fans were the target of an attack at a bar in Gdansk on Tuesday night before Wednesday's Europa League final against Villarreal. It's a Spanish club. The Premier League club said. Video on social media shows a group dressed predominantly in dark clothes chanting and running from a bar in the city, leaving tables and chairs overturned. Yada yada. Club staff were assisting a number of United fans last night and today after an incident where some of our reporters were attacked outside a bar in the city. The club have an allocation of 2,000 tickets, about 1,000 fans. Okay. So just minor injuries. 3 people were injured. It's man, soccer's fucking great.
Yeah,
absolutely nuts.
I was about to say that just sounds like football, baby.
It really is. I mean, it's just soccer basically. Boy, when it's funny when I hear Americans in certain very passionate places.
Mm-hmm.
Like Philly, for example, say, we have the best fans in the world. And then you pull up like any clip from Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, any of these soccer teams, and you look at what they do and you're like,
it's
like literal like roads lined for their buses to come home with flares and shit and like all this stuff. And like every single person in the city, all at the stadium. It's like, whoa, like, hey, I love the American sports and I love like passionate fans and stuff, but holy shit, we have another level to get to.
Dude, sorry, the link only holds like 20K, man. That's my, but dude, but to the other token, people always say that Philly fans are violent assholes that
It's just
throw
how
things at Santa.
sports fans
But it's
are,
like,
man.
dang, you ever see some football?
Yeah, you ever see
seen
these
those
guys?
It's like, man,
These guys are
that's
crazy.
Santa had it coming. I don't know. Hey, that Santa
Hey,
dude
Santa
was-
had it coming. That dude's been fucking
was-
up people's
hey.
gifts for years.
That hey,
For
I don't know
years.
I don't think that was the real Santa Claus. From what I've heard, he was looking a little tipsy coming out there, ruining kids' Christmases, and the Philadelphia fans had to save it. That's all I know. That's a side of the story.
I heard it from a friend. It's
yeah, but this is kind of crazy. I mean, to
It's
be
just,
honest, like
it's not something that I didn't expect.
it sounds, not to condone this, but it kind of sounds fun.
It kind of sounds like a bar fight.
Rally
where,
up the boys, go just like knock everything over and then leave. Just like
yeah.
just be like,
Sounds like a couple degenerates.
that way,
Sounds
if
like
you
a
win
couple
or
people
lose
that
today,
probably signed up for Hey Fellas that probably were a part of that.
ooh, I don't know, man.
If I had
Hey,
to guess.
if you have a video of you flipping over a table in this bar, we'll give you 10% off.
9%.
9% off.
Yeah.
No double digits for you. But that's
Yeah,
fun.
10%
That's
total.
not fun. It's actually a crime. I don't know why.
Hey, slow Wednesday. Slow Wednesday.
Slow
man.
Wednesday,
Hey,
but it's
slow
kind of
Wednesday.
it's
We gotta
actually
talk about a little bit of soccer. It's
yeah,
all good.
Fast Wednesday. Fat Tuesday.
Fat, yeah, true. All right. What else do we have today?
I don't know if you want to get into a little NFL already, maybe save the NFL. Lottery, NBA lottery.
NBA lottery.
Not the actual lottery, the lottery for the lottery.
Although the actual lottery was won the other day, not too far from my current location right now.
Yeah, isn't
only
that
about
crazy?
Half hour away.
Shout out to
half a billion.
So about 200K after taxes. Congratulations.
If that person wants to be smart with their money, they should buy a yearly subscription to Hey Fellas.
By 10. Who knows
Yeah,
why?
sure. Yeah.
You got $500 million, dude. Let the money trickle down, please. All right.
Trickle all the way down.
But in the lottery we're talking about, the tiebreaker for the 2021 NBA draft, they had to finish there's a bunch of ties for the 4th pick, the 8th pick, the 11th pick, the 19th pick, the 21st, and the 25th. All of these were determined by a coin flip. So there was just some coins flying around. Sorry, these are not the picks. These are the slots for the order.
Yeah, I wish we flipped coins for every sport.
Yeah, I think
It's
it's
so much fun.
it's
It'd
so
be
fair.
exciting.
It's so fair too. It's like,
It's such
man,
like a sport thing too. Like, hey man, we play sports. This is the way it's gonna be determined. Like coin flips. I love it.
yeah. You ever heard of NFL overtime? You'd love that, man. Sometimes you get a whole game based on a coin flip. But yeah. So the Pelicans entered today in a 3-way tie with the Bulls and the Kings for that 8th slot. The Pelicans weren't very good at picking their coins and ended up falling all the way to 10. Well, Bulls got 8 and the Knicks got 9.
Knicks got 9. That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's good for them. But so the Pelicans have a 20% chance of jumping into the top 4 picks from this 10th slot, and then only a 4.5% chance of getting to the number 1 from there. I don't know why this. I mean, it's all about the Pelicans for some reason, but they got the 10th pick. Some other cool 10th overall picks though. Mikal Bridges, CJ McCollum, Paul George,
Oh,
all
hey.
picked at 10.
Hey, those are some decent picks there.
I'm sure. Besides those 3, there's probably
Not
30
many.
dudes you've never heard of, but still.
I'm just waiting for my little T-Wolves to get number 1.
Wow, the Pelicans have a ton of picks in this draft, though. They have their lottery pick. Whoa. Yeah, they have
They
5
got a
picks
lot
in
of
this
picks.
draft. Yeah, they have their lottery pick 34th from the Cavaliers, 38th from themselves, 43rd from the Wizards, and 53rd from the Mavs. A lot of A lot of dudes
Yeah.
that
I
won't
feel
make
like
the team.
anything after 20 is kind of an irrelevant pick. Like they're just gonna
Yeah.
play overseas or in the G League till for most of their career.
Hey man, you never know.
I mean, there are other stories, but I feel like, man, the NBA more than any other sport, like if you get drafted late, you're just not gonna see.
I felt like there's been a increase in talent from second rounders because I know like even like 3 years ago, basically a second round pick
Is like
to
you're
make
gonna
the
play overseas.
roster is like so very surprising.
Yeah,
But I know that I mean, like the Sixers, I feel like we've had second round picks on the roster playing actual minutes. Like who was this is bad that I don't remember. But I think
Oh.
you're seeing it a lot more. And maybe it's because guys developed faster through the G League, or maybe even with COVID last year, teams were more desperate for guys to play. But I feel like we've seen a lot more second rounders like getting out there.
yeah, yeah. I could be very wrong on that. I just remember like
No, but you're totally
I think even 5 years ago, if you got drafted in the second round, you pretty much were just going to play professional somewhere else. Like that was pretty much the case that you were going to play overseas somewhere. Especially if you were a European guy, because
Yeah.
I feel like that's what the second round used to be used for, was the Jokic's and all of that stuff. Because the T Wolves literally, I think, for like 3 years straight, drafted some big Serbian, Croatian, Greek dude like for 4 years straight in the second round, and I don't
Yeah.
think I've ever seen them play. Like ever. I don't even know who their names are. But
Oh,
that's cool. I can't wait for the T Wolves to get number one and then get another rookie of the year, only to probably trade him away later on and screw it all up. You know what's
That's
going
the
to happen,
way.
actually? You know what's going to happen, Sean? I'm calling it right now. This is the epitome of the Timberwolves organization. Because of Ant, because of Cat, because we're actually on a little bit of a roll right now because we have Ant.
Is that what you call that?
Yeah, I mean, better than the tumble downhill. We're kind of like just rolling now rather than tumbling.
Less risk of injury, but you.
Yeah, like we're much more safe, but we're still going downhill. If we do get a top 3 pick and get another person, that probably will be the rookie of the year because we have a thing for rookies of the year. We're gonna end up being really good, and as soon as we get a winning season, they're gonna ship out. That's what's gonna happen. Their value is gonna skyrocket one year by like a couple billion, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, we're moving the team. We're out. We're out of here."
Bye.
And all the players are gonna be like, "Thank God, I don't have to live in Minnesota anymore."
So here's the rest of the. I don't know. Whatever I was looking at was all about the Pelicans.
Yeah.
So the rest of the odds.
Pelicans news article.
The current draft odds order. It's important to say that this is not the draft order, and these are the order of the best odds to get the first pick, and it will probably be reflected very similarly in the real draft order. But the NBA likes to pick some balls out of a thingy first, and then
Yeah.
and then we get the real thing. So
Yeah.
Houston, Detroit, and Orlando are the 3 essentially going for that number 1. I think I don't know what's going on in Houston. I don't want to speak about. I don't know, but they all have a 14% chance of getting 1, 13.5 of 2, and about 12.5 of 3, about 12 of 4% for each of those picks in the draft.
If they get number 1, they're gonna be really good.
Yeah, possibly. I think if Orlando gets number 1 too.
Really. I
Yeah.
suppose they did get a couple players that traded
they
for
honestly
at the
before they had some bad injuries, but before then they were like, all right, they beat the Sixers. I was like, what the heck? Like when Markel was out there, I was like, what the? But then he got hurt. A couple guys on the roster. I think with a good draft pick, they'll have a good young core, maybe like the Knicks last year type of deal.
Yeah.
And then OKC and Cleveland were tied
Lord, those
going
teams
into
are so
yesterday.
I don't care
OKC
who they
won the
get, they're
coin
not gonna be
flip.
good.
They won that coin flip, got the 4th. So they have an 11.5% chance of the first, 11.5% of the second, essentially 11% for 1 through 4, and then dwindles off. They have okay, so they have a really good odds of getting the 6th overall for some reason. That's weird. The way that the odds work are also way different than you'd think. I would definitely, if you want to learn about, like, look up there's like tables with the odds, and like it's more likely for the first or like the fourth guy in this order is most likely to get the sixth, because it's more likely for someone else to slip up, because every team has a chance at the first, but not every team has a chance at like the sixth. So like Golden State here is slotted in. I think this would be 15, and so even though they're 14, they're the 14th on the list, and even though they're 14, because they're in the lottery, they have a chance at 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Okay.
So they can either get 1, 2, 3, or 4, or they can get 14.
So they can't get 5 through.
And I
13.
don't think they can get anything in between.
Yeah, the NBA lottery always confuses me every year, and I swear they change the rules every single year on me. Because one year I feel like I know it, and then they throw in some kind of curveball that I didn't know about, and then the Pelicans get Zion.
So wait, actually, here, I'll pull out the odds thing, because this is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'd like to see this.
So the reason the reason that they only have, like, even the 1 seed has a 14% chance at 1, 13 at 2, 12 at 3, 12 at 4, and then a 47.5% chance at 5. And that's because all 14 teams in the lottery have a chance at 1 through 4, but not at the rest of the picks. Which I didn't even really know. I honestly thought it was just, hey, pull the ball out, you know? And then I always wondered.
I kind of thought it was just like the more picks.
I was like, but it makes sense, because there's no way there's enough balls in there to like do like a, I don't know. I always was sketched out about the ball.
I just thought the first pick was always like only a couple teams could get it, but everything else was up for grabs.
But it's actually the opposite.
Yeah. Well, who during when Zion got drafted, what team jumped up to like 5 or 6 for a pick? That should not have been at 5 or 6. Or like some team that
I think it was the Celtics, I want to say.
Yeah, something like that.
Because
they got a super high pick when they were like in the playoffs, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think they'd also I remember what you're talking about. I don't know if I'm thinking of a different year, but I think the Celtics traded for a pick, and then
okay.
that pick went way up, and I don't think it was protected or anything, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm just, man, the NBA draft is just confusing as shit for me. I don't understand it. It's not like any other sport, and it just doesn't quite make any sense.
Yeah, it seems it's...
Why can't we just do what the NFL does and just be like, hey, worst team, first pick. Best team, last pick. It seems the most fair.
So these are the base odds of any kind of thing like this. So any kind of any lottery, this is the odds for every seed going in. So you see, basically,
okay.
You have whatever seed you are, and then the 4 picks after it. And then if you're not in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you also have 1 through 4, and then your seed and the 4 picks after are the ones you have a chance at.
Interesting. Okay, I get it now. That makes a lot more sense.
So that's why you see these teams at the top, even the 1 seed only has a small shot at the 1, because everyone has some chance at the 1. But it's super slim. I would love to see it happen one day. And with these odds, they're not that slim that eventually we will see someone like at the 14 go up to like 1, 2, and it'll be crazy. And everyone will be mad. And then that'll probably be the last year we ever see this used. But
I feel like it happens every once in a while, though. I feel like it's not that uncommon for like a 10 seed to come up and grab like a 2 or a 3.
I paid attention to a lot of the lottery picks when they're all standing there. And Nerlens Noel's standing there waiting to see which one the Sixers are going to get. And then every time it was 3, 3, 3. But anyway, it's pretty rare. The most action you'll see is at the 3 through 1. Because you never know what goes on there. Because they're all essentially even.
I feel like the 3 and 4 seed now normally gets pretty fucked up too. Because like the Knicks were supposed to have 1 the year of Zion.
Yeah.
And what they dropped to like 5 or something?
Yeah, they had 4 or 5. That was crazy.
Bad. It was bad for them.
They did not. It was probably bad for Zion, apparently.
I guess.
Would have been on a playoff team, which is weird to say, but
Yeah. I still don't know if he goes to New York if they make the playoffs. Because they wouldn't have done the whole Tibbs.
oh yeah, no, I know that's a completely theoretical
They
thing
wouldn't
of
have
being
done
an
the whole
entirely
Randall
different
and
team.
yeah, no,
But
it'd be such a different
If you
team.
said that like when Zion got drafted that the Knicks would be in a better spot now than the Pelicans, I'd be like,
Yeah, I'd be
I don't
like,
know, man. That seems probably
I don't think so.
kind of wrong. But here we are. So that's fun.
You need to check your facts again because I don't think you're right.
Fun little information, some numbers for the fellas,
Ooh, I like numbers.
because numbers make sense.
Ha! They make dollars.
They make dollars and they make sense, huh? Oh, classic. What else do we got?
What else do we got today? Gretzky got a job.
Oh
Gretzky
yeah,
got a
he
job.
did. A different job though.
A different job. Now I'm guessing. So for those who don't know, Gretzky just signed a TV contract at TNT. I'm guessing for hockey.
You'd really think.
I would think. And I'm guessing that this move comes in light of the fact that NBC is dropping their contract with hockey,
Yeah.
the NHL. So we were talking about this the other day and kind of wondering who's going to take it, what crew is going to move. Like, are they going to use the same people and just move them over to a different station?
Yeah.
But apparently they are not taking the same crew.
I am really excited for this. I think this is going to be great for hockey. Because
Also, good for TNT.
yeah, good for TNT.
Thank you, TNT.
Way to take it on.
for
Thank you, TNT.
shedding some light. And also, thank you, NBC. You did a shit job of hosting hockey. However, you were the only station who hosted hockey. So I
Thanks
appreciate
for
you.
existing, I guess.
Thank you for at least showing us some of the games, partial games.
Shout out to my
I
boy on
appreciate
NHL
it.
streams. You know who you are. Screw NBC. But this is great. I think
I
this
appreciate
is great.
NBC for what they did, but TNT, seeing what they've done with basketball
Exactly.
and everything that they've done there, and hopefully they can make some kind of NHL show like they have the NBA show with Shaq and Charles.
Exactly.
I'm hoping we can get to there. But thank you, TNT, for taking on that contract. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, it should be good. Having Wayne Gretzky as a TV host, I think already probably does something for publicity. Probably already helps the sport of hockey. Just having the face of hockey up there. But yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, I agree. I think the TNT coverage of the NBA, I know was a big reason that a lot of people, especially like our age, have gotten into the NBA.
Oh yeah.
And that's gonna help so much. Gretzky is he was the vice chairman for the Oilers. He relinquished that in order to become.
Good idea.
Yeah, he's an analyst now. The
Okay,
lead
so that's kinda
analyst.
The Oilers get swept, and the next day this man takes a TNT.
It's like,
contract.
all right, I gotta go
they
watch.
Get swept by the Winnipeg Jets, and the next day he's like, I'm gonna go work for TNT. You guys can have this team. I don't want them anymore.
But I think that'll be great. I think that's exactly the guy, and I think they are trying to build like an inside the NBA type thing, probably around him. If he's going to be the lead analyst, he's only making $3 million, which I think for Undisputed GOAT starting out your inaugural NHL season on your service, $3 million for Gretzky, sure. I mean, you see random dudes make like $20 million, and they're just an old guy. You just argues about things that are wrong. Like this guy, this guy's a hockey
this
player.
guy might know what he's talking about. And also, I don't know. I mean, like, I know that Wayne Gretzky is a GOAT, and as a hockey fan, like, I know everything. Like, the man has more assists than anyone has points in history by like double. He literally has more assists than anyone has points and assists and goals combined by like a significant fucking number, like a crazy number. Like this dude will never be touched. I think McDavid could play till he's 35 years old, and I still don't know if Gretzky's records will be touched. It's that fucking ridiculous and that far out there.
Yeah, Gretzky stats are one of the most fun stats to be like, like just any kind of comparison. Like, yeah, if he had one arm and one leg, he'd still be the leading goal scorer by.
Yeah. If he didn't play for 10 years during his career, he'd still be the leading point scorer. It's like that kind of numbers. But also, I know nothing about Gretzky because we never got to watch him.
Yeah.
And like it's hockey, so like he wasn't that idolized. But I'm excited to see like him, like just his personality on TV.
I think
Like imagine Michael Jordan coming to do something for NBA TV. Everyone would be like, "Holy shit! Like what? Michael Jordan's
That'd
gonna
be
be on
insane.
TV every day?"
yeah.
Like, this is sorry. Like you want to
I
talk
really
about someone
like
who's
his-
dominated their sport just as much as Jordan has? Gretzky is out there.
I really like Gretzky's state. This is the only thing like from him in this article, but I've long admired Turner's sports coverage of the NBA among other sports, and I'm thrilled to be joining the studio team in their inaugural NHL season. This is an exciting opportunity to share my experiences and perspectives on the game I will always cherish, while hopefully informing and entertaining fans along the way. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go, Wayne. I'm excited too. I wish we could get it right now. But so
I know.
TNT,
I'm excited to see how TNT does the NHL. I hope they do it exactly like the NBA, where they just have like funny guys out there talking about hockey. And it should be, honestly, hockey chirps and guys who play hockey
Oh, sorry.
are some of the funniest, like shit talker, trash talker. Like I get that Shaq and Charles up there is really, really funny because they can talk shit about players and they're like hysterical. Trust me, if you get a real hockey guy on air, like making fun of other hockey guys, it would be hysterical. I don't know if Gretzky has the capacity to do that, but
So they're also getting Kenny Albert. And
wait, they're getting Kenny Albert?
yeah, they're getting both. They're getting two play-by-play guys from NBC next year. Kenny Albert and where's the other
Nice.
one?
Good.
Can't find
They need
It
Kenny
said they
Albert.
needed two. I don't know. I don't know who the second one is. It didn't. ESPN is also doing a little thing. I think they're getting some games.
No, no.
Um,
Can't wait for them to ruin it.
Leia Hextall to do play-by-play, and Ray Ferraro and Brian
Oh,
Boucher
Ray-
to do
Ray
analysts.
Ferraro's a good one.
So that's on ESPN. I
Okay.
think, hey, everyone's talking about hockey someone needs to do a better job, like marketing hockey, because I mean,
TNT?
like watching it is so fun, and I feel like nobody knows it.
Yeah, no, like literally.
This could be it. This could be
I
good.
think when because you don't watch really hockey before this playoff at all.
No,
really.
I'll always watch playoffs, but
Yeah,
you won't. I tip.
and man, we've been watching playoffs and they've been fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Davey B, shout out Davey B, came by and he was like, "Man, I never watched hockey like this. This is insane.
He's like, this is fucking crazy. He's
Yeah.
like, they just keep fighting each other,
They're just flying around. It just dudes
flying around. They shoot, they scramble everywhere, and when the play's over, they start fighting. Like, what more do you want out of a sport? That's the perfect sport.
They need to bring back that glowing puck thing or whatever. When they had
They
that.
need to bring back Snoop for Vegas games.
That's also true.
That shit was hysterical. Or no, it was the Kings game. Kings versus Vegas. That shit was
Mm.
hysterical. Like, I get that we shouldn't be having people announcing that had absolutely nothing about the sport, but at the same time, this man's like, oh shit! Oh, they're hitting each other! Oh shit!
I think you should
And
be
then
able
someone-
to pick. I think you should have like 3 options for commentary. Like professional play-by-play, celebrity who doesn't know but man he's going to get excited, or none.
Yeah. The best one I saw was when I think someone got a penalty, or at the end of the game they had to pull their goalie, and Snoop started freaking out. He's like, the goalie's leaving. The goalie, he's leaving the ice. He's leaving the ice. Oh my god, dude, it's so funny. That's the kind of shit that the NHL needs. Like,
Yeah.
you gotta spice it up somehow. Omar said they need to bring back that thing where they highlight the puck. He said the exact same
That's
thing.
that's
They highlight
exactly
the
what I was
puck.
saying, dude.
He said I can't see it half the time. LOL.
That's
I mean, it's a
literally-
good idea.
That is why I did not watch it for so long. Especially when I was like a kid. I was like, I just do not understand. I can't see anything.
I kind
I
of forgot
can't.
about the highlighted puck.
Yeah, remember that? People hated it too.
Yeah,
Speaking
I'm
of,
not gonna lie, I would probably not like it as much.
dude, we should like tomorrow or something. We should bring in like the worst broadcast ideas because I feel like there's a lot of ones that did not work.
Oh my god, the NBA what was the other camera in the NBA?
Oh my god,
For
that
a
like
little bit.
the 2K angle.
The 2K
during the
angle.
bubble.
Oh my
Yo,
god.
I'm not gonna lie, it was
so...
cool. It was cool when they were like bringing the ball up or something. But if something happened,
Yeah,
you'd
if
not see
anything happened
anything.
or they took a shot, you had no idea if the shot was going in until it was literally through the hoop. And sometimes you couldn't even tell because you were like, did the net move?
You know what I really don't like? The NFL one they've been doing recently. I don't know when it started. I don't know if they even still do it. But like, there's be the the first down marker, and then the rest of the field would be a different shade of green. They would like put from the line of scrimmage
like
to
the
the first
first down,
down
yeah.
would be a different shade of green than the rest of the field. I'm like, it would just make me mad if like that's not the color of the grass is. They don't change the color. Like, there's a line for me. I don't need you to change the grass color.
Yeah.
Don't lie to me.
The one I don't like right now is the 4K camera right after anything happens. And I'll tell you what, like it's cool angle, cool everything. But I don't want to see after someone scores a freaking touchdown, some 300-pound, 5'8" man run up and go to Aaron Rodgers' face. And like, because if you watch those back of those 4K camera guys, they literally sprint out to the field as fast as they can and just shove a camera in the dude's face. And they're like, 4K,
dude,
4K,
it's for the shot.
Ooh,
You just don't
4K.
get it, man.
And it's like, okay, like I get it, but I don't need to see this man's fucking lip hair. Like, holy
yes,
shit.
you do. That's where you're
I don't
wrong.
need to see every pore on this man's face. Like, relax. We don't need to be getting high definition shots of this man's skin. Like, everyone just chill out. Like, hey, cameras zoom in. You can do it from the sideline and just probably have a camera that zooms in.
You don't know what you need, Eric.
But fucking Chuckle McFucks just sprints out there every single time anything happens with a 4K camera, and he's like, Aaron, look at my camera.
Thank you, Chuckle. Thank you for your
Chuckle
service.
McFucks. God, that guy pisses me off.
Yeah. No,
I don't like that guy.
You don't like Chuck?
No, I love the camera angle. Like, it's a cool.
No,
it's so cool to have a 4K like just surrounding the guy. But if you actually think about what's going on, it's like that's really weird. And if I was a quarterback, I'd be like, dude, fuck off. Like, let me celebrate with my teammates. Chuckle McFucks, get away from me.
Whatever we got. Well, we're talking football now. You want to talk? Week line spreads are out already.
We need to take a break.
We need to take a break. How about that for a teaser? We might tell you about him later.
We might tell you about him.
Or
when
we
we get back,
forget.
NFL Week 1 spreads.
Ooh.
We're going to take a 2-minute break. Sean's going to drop a beat on you boys. And we'll be back in 140 seconds.
In the break. Yeah, I got you. Bye. Fellas, big news.
Week 1 lines are out with public betting percentages as well.
Oh, man. All right.
Oh, I already see a couple that I am licking my chops on. Whew. Spam caller.
Hey,
Wait.
hey, we're working here.
Hey,
Get out
trying
of
to
here.
do a show here. Russia?
Dude,
Leave me
Chuckle.
alone.
That's Chuckles, bro. He's
That's
an
Chuckle McFucks. That's definitely him.
He's like,
He heard me talking that rah-rah.
you rah-rahing over there? You talk about my
Yeah,
4K angles?
Yeah. Chuckle McFucks.
Chuckles has a
Get out of
deep
my
voice.
face.
Yeah, but let's talk about
300
these.
pounds and only 5'6".
Let's talk about these.
Thursday, opening day. Cowboys, Buccaneers, September 9th, 8:20 p.m.
Put it on your calendars, ladies and gentlemen.
Put it on your calendar.
We're almost there.
The Bucs will be at home. Defending Super Bowl champions will be at home against the Cowboys and are getting 6.5 for week 1. 6.5.
You can give them 60.5.
And they're still going to cover.
Cowboys stink. Buccaneers have their whole team back. They have everybody back. AB made it official. They got everybody.
AB did make it official. He did pass his physical. His brain is, in fact, still intact.
He's going to settle with the moving guy. Everything's going to be chill.
Yeah,
We're going to be good.
You'll be fine.
The Bucs win by 16.
92% of the public also agree with you. 92% of public money also agrees with you. But yeah, man, Bucs minus 6.5. They're gonna win by 15, I would think. We'll wait. But that's an interesting line that clearly everyone's slamming the Bucs on.
Yeah, I'll probably move.
Cardinals, Titans, 1:00, opening Sunday. Titans are getting 2.5 on the Cardinals. This is a very, very good week 1 matchup.
That's a great game.
Cardinals and Titans are gonna be. That's gonna be great.
That 2.5
Cardinals,
is a little scary.
Cardinals are getting 76% of public money.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I would like the Titans on that one. I was gonna say it's pretty much a toss up.
Yeah, I would agree.
The thing is,
man, the Cardinals are gonna be good this season. You would think the Cardinals they're better than they were last year.
Yeah, but they were gonna be good last year, and then they weren't. It's just like,
yeah.
Here's the thing. It's like, it's one of those teams that has so much potential, but it's getting to the point where, what team is it like?
Chargers 2.0.
Yeah, every year it's like they bring in a guy, and it's like that's the guy this time. That's the guy this time.
Then we got the guy. We got the guy. It was Kyler, then it was DeAndre, now it's JJ, and
AJ.
Everyone else.
JJ and AJ. But yeah, I think they'll be good this year. They weren't even bad last year. They're just like they're in a tough division, tough everything. But the Titans, I think at this point, I mean, dude, at this point they've beaten Lamar in the playoffs. They've done.
Yeah, the Titans are a damn good team because they have an adequate quarterback with a decent wide receiving core, a good defense, a good offensive line, and some dude who plays linebacker who decided to be their running back.
The best running back in the league?
Yeah, because he's not a running back. He's not a running back. He's a he's a D end.
He's a D end who can rush for 2,000. Come on now.
He's a D end who's been working on his catches all offseason.
Derrick Henry should have got MVP.
Have you seen some of this man's offseason workouts?
Yeah.
If you can pull up a clip, holy shit.
I'll find some.
This man has got like 1,000-pound chains on. He's got fucking 1,000 pounds on his bench. He's got rubber bands all over his legs, and he's still just
bouncing around.
Just absolutely throwing iron around. Absolutely throwing iron down.
Yeah, if you ever have a thought in your mind, ever, that you could play football professionally,
no, you can't.
Just look at
Derrick Henry work out, and then you'll understand that you are not adequate to play at that level.
Because I would be afraid to be like standing next to Derrick Henry, let alone having him run towards me, trying to kill him.
Dude, imagine being like a 5'10" corner that weighs 185, and you have Derrick Henry, who's 6'3", 230, running full steam ahead at you, and you're just like, well, fuck, this is gonna hurt.
It was nice knowing you.
Like, what do? He's just bigger than you, and faster than you, and stronger than you, and probably smarter than you too, because he's a very smart football player. Omar said, I feel like public money doesn't matter until closer to week 1 when us casuals start placing bets. I would tend to agree with you.
Oh, absolutely. These lines are
Early-
going to change. All this
early
money's
lines,
going to
yeah.
go all over the place. I don't. Yeah. Who? I'm going to be honest.
I'm sure Skip Bayless is gonna say some shit about the Cowboys, and the whole public's gonna fucking go over there.
The main thing is.
Does anyone actually listen to that guy? By the way, does anyone actually think? I know he says what he says to get like like reactions and shit like that.
We have Derrick Henry working out here.
Oh yes. Show me the grind, Derrick.
Now, like.
Oh my god, I haven't even seen this one. This is a different one that I have.
This one has the chains too, though. I saw the chains in the thumbnail. This should show you some crazy.
Oh, see, that one's not even like that. I mean, that is impressive.
That's
like,
imagine on an exercise ball though.
Was that hundreds? Those are hundreds.
Look at this.
Hang on,
Why he just looks like he's doing regular pull-ups, but he's going up and down like 8 inches every time.
Wait, that's so hard to do. He's just jumping.
Oh my god! On elastic. This is push-ups on
Oh, this is the
elastics
one
and
that I
exercise
saw.
ball
This
with
is
a
the one
chain
that I
around
saw.
his neck. And then this
What
guy
is wrong with you?
is going at the speed of a moped, flying at your head, and you have to stop him. Whoa, don't look at my YouTube. Uh-oh. Just kidding, there's nothing bad there. But yeah.
Scary, terrifying man. Terrifying man. That is.
So I think they could cover 2.5 with him. I don't know. Is that what the goal?
Yeah.
If that's the question.
I don't know what the goal of showing that was, but
he big.
man, that dude's a fucking beast. He is big, and you should not be messing with that.
He big. What else we got?
Chargers and football team. Chargers are favored right now, -1.5.
This game makes me happy.
This game makes
I
me
don't
happy.
even want to bet on it because I'm too happy about it. Because
Why?
I really love Justin Herbert. I can't wait to see if he's at. This is when we find out.
Sophomore slump will be interesting to see if sophomore year he can really keep it going.
And
He's
you know
got
what
a
the
year
thing
of
is?
film on him now. He's got a year.
He
of
doesn't
film
have
on him.
that same. He doesn't have that same advantage. I think a lot of other rookie QBs have going in their second year. Because you know what? There are hardly any rookie QBs that ever get a team as good as Justin did. There is no.
There is really no.
The expectations are playoffs.
Maybe when Russell came in the league, but Russell's sophomore year was a shit year too.
Yeah, and I mean he had his expectations were lower too as a third rounder.
I think the only memorable rookie quarterbacks that actually got good teams, off the top of my head, was Colin Kaepernick, and I don't know if he was actually a rookie. I think
Yeah, he might have been second year by then.
And Russell Wilson, and both had sophomore slumps. Both of them did.
Yeah, and you know what? And then none of them were supposed to get the team.
Yeah, true.
Lamar barely was a rookie though. He had like one. It was weird. Remember that? Because he just played the end of the year as the rookie.
That was weird.
He played like the last 2 weeks in the playoffs, even though. And you know what? Here, this is to backtrack. Joe Flacco, the last time he was playing, besides for the Jets, which again you can't count that, but. Yeah. If we still have faith in Sam Darnold after what he did there, we can at least think Joe Flacco can still play. Come on.
This is true.
But dude, he got the Ravens in positions for the playoffs, and then Lamar took over, and then obviously he played well. Actually, that year he didn't play that great, but then the following year he was the MVP, and that's all good. But man, I still think he's got something in the tank.
Oh yeah, Lamar will be fine. He'll be fine.
Not
for a long
Lamar,
time.
bro. Joey Elite Dragon.
Joey's been getting shit on ever since he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous because I thought he was a really good quarterback back then.
You mean elite?
Elite Joe Flacco.
You mean elite Dragon?
Elite Dragon.
Breathing fire.
Well,
burn down the link. What
football
else?
team and Chargers.
That's such a fun game. Such a fun game.
50 like literally public split. I think football team is getting a lot of disrespect this season for no reason at all. Coming back with probably, if not the best defense, a top 3 defense. 'Cause they really didn't lose much and they only got better. I mean, their offense isn't spectacular, but at least they have someone to air out the ball.
Yeah, I mean,
He's going to throw.
I
He's
mean,
going to throw a lot.
I am surprised. I don't know. I really did think going into the offseason that they'd make a bigger push to try to get Alex Smith to come back and stay a little bit because what was he 5-1 in his starts there? He was cruising, and I think he might be the kind of. I'm a little surprised. Now I like the Fitz pick. I like Fitz, and I'm excited to see him on that team. But I'm a little surprised they didn't go with someone a little more dink and dunk game manager.
Yeah.
Instead of taking
I
the
don't know, I
gamble
feel
on
like-
the Magic versus Tragic. But I can't wait to see it. I think it could work out really well for them. But I'm a little surprised. I thought
I'm
they might
surprised-
go dinky dunky.
I'm surprised they didn't make a bigger move for another quarterback.
Even like
I'm
I don't know,
surprised.
like
I mean, I think the
Tyrod
Fitz.
or like
I think the Fitz grab was very, very good. To move on from Alex Smith, I think it was time for him to go. Yes, he carried them to good wins, but he also wasn't doing a ton on the offense. He's moving better than I ever thought he would. So credit
True.
to him.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
He's an accurate passer. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. But man, if you're trying to make a push and you're trying to be like a real football team with at least a capable offense, I think if you can't get a quarterback on the draft board, which I don't know why they wouldn't have gone for it in the first place, but I think Fitz was a good solution for now.
Well, I think
at least
their
this
idea
year.
is they start with Fitz. If Fitz is looking more tragic than magic, then you put in Heineke. And if he's if he's not looking like the dude that almost, hey, he played the closest game against the Bucks this playoffs.
This is true.
Put the team on his back, by the way. Come on,
He really did.
he was taking shot after shot, and he was just going.
Poor guy.
So yeah, I think if Fitz isn't working out, you have a young guy. You have,
It'll be interesting.
if
Alright,
anything, yeah. Might just be a little controversy.
Football team, I just feel like they're getting disrespected this year.
Yeah, they absolutely are.
They
That
came in
defense,
power
the
rankings
defense
for
is
like
getting
15th, and I was like,
Yeah.
no.
their defense is getting disrespected.
Jaguars Texans. Jaguars are on the road getting -2.5. Texans only 2.5-point underdogs. Everyone's stacked on the Jaguars right now for good reason.
Yeah, I think I
The
would
Texans
agree.
are bad. Yeah, and I mean the Jaguars are going to be bad too, but the Texans are bad. Bills Steelers. Bills getting 6.5 on the Steelers, and 94% of money. Doesn't really matter, but
I know
still
you
like
don't
the
agree
Bills.
with me.
I still like the Bills there.
I know you don't agree with me, but the Steelers are getting disrespected.
No,
Yes, they are.
they're so bad.
No, they're not.
They're going to be so bad.
Whether or not you think they can
6
go,
wins.
no. But why would Why would the same team that got like 13 wins last year, all of a sudden just get 6 wins because they did bad in the playoffs?
Regression.
Maybe.
They won every single game by 1 possession last year. Regression.
No. Maybe they don't count anymore. What
Regression.
that, dude?
Worst
Maybe
team.
not against the Bills, because the
Regression.
Bills are like one of the best teams in the league right now. I think they're the third behind the Chiefs.
They're the third favorite. Yeah.
Third behind Chiefs and the 49ers. I can't argue that they won't win this game, but man,
Steelers are bad.
Steelers don't have me
6
convinced
wins.
over the Ravens. I think the Browns are better than them, but I don't even know if the Ravens are better than the Steelers.
We'll find out.
Okay.
I think they are.
Maybe.
You're disrespecting the Ravens.
I'm just going off of results.
Regression. Vikings Bengals. Woo! The Vikings are getting the most public money out of any team coming into week 1.
Well, that's got to make you feel pretty bad.
That was so comfortable. 3.5-point favorites over the Bengals, getting 97% of the money. I can pretty much chalk that up as an L right now. We will not win that game. Joey Burrow is going to come out and
he's gonna put up
fucking
550.
throw up for 50 and 5 touchdowns and run for another 50, and it's going to be gross. Jamar Chase is going to have 100 yards, and AJ Green's haunted body is going to probably catch something. I don't know. Speaking of AJ Green, Cardinals wide receiving core. Holy fuck.
Hey, right?
Holy fuck.
Hey.
Kyler Murray came into the league and just got everything he could have ever asked for.
Yeah. Hey, first year,
JJ Watt on the defensive end.
first year that O-line was a little rough. He got his licks in, and now they're like, all right, here you go.
Yeah.
What
But
else?
to be fair, like if you were going to put someone behind a bad offensive line, it should have been Kyler Murray.
He can
Because
deal with it.
he was the one quarterback that could get away from it. That's why you don't put Joey Burrow behind a bad offensive line, because he cannot get away from that, as we saw when his legs snapped.
Hey, he can try, but man, you got to give him a better chance.
You just got to give him a better chance.
are we talking
Browns
about?
Chiefs week 1.
Chiefs minus 5.5.
Getting 5.5. And public money is on the Browns right now, 69%. Nice.
I don't like betting on
Interesting.
Chiefs games.
I don't either. They don't like to cover the spread.
They don't
just
like to cover,
win.
but they like to win. Yeah.
Good teams win, great teams cover. Just saying. That's why they were not Super Bowl champions.
Because they couldn't cover the spread.
Yes, good teams win, great teams cover. This is why Pittsburgh was not a great team last year, and this is why they will be a bad team this year.
What if they beat the Bills by 7?
They won't.
Okay.
They're too bad. Ben, you watch Big Ben's arm this year. It's going to look one bad Super Bowl, and people forget who Patty Mahomes is.
Yep.
Who?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it's true. One bad Super Bowl with his entire offensive line gone against the best defensive line in the league, I might add.
Dude,
Did you know he ran for like 700 yards behind
Yeah,
the
but
line
like
of
backwards.
scrimmage?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
I think
crazy.
it came out that he ran for like 595 yards, and it was almost all behind the line of scrimmage in the Super Bowl, which is absolutely insane, by the way, because he got hit, I think, every single play.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I know everyone's high on the Browns and all, but shoot.
Hey, it's going to be a fun week 1 game. It's going to probably show us quite a bit.
Also, by the way, when the Chiefs spread is like 14.5 every game, it's a little harder to cover than if you're like
Yeah,
you're
this is
sitting
very
at
true.
like 1.5.
Although I will say that after they stopped covering stuff,
It did
their
come
spreads
down.
dropped down to
Yeah.
like 6.5, 7.5, and they still were not covering. Like, I don't know what their against the spread was last year, but it was dog shit.
It's a lot different than their actual record, that's for sure.
But it was so hard to bet against because you're like, I know they're gonna win.
Yeah.
I just don't know how they're gonna
And
win.
you're like, if they really feel like it in the fourth quarter, they could just go up 20. And
well, that's the thing. Like the first half, they'd be up 40, and then they'd just be like, we'll let them back in,
All right,
but not
good
actually
game.
because we're up 40.
Yeah.
Broncos Giants.
Boo. I don't care.
Right? Yeah, no one gives. Oh, well, hey, Aaron.
Unless
Might be there.
Aaron.
Yeah, might get there.
Hey, if you think that, take Broncos -1 right now. If
Yeah,
you think
exactly.
if you think Aaron's going there.
Load the shit out of that.
If not, take the
51%
Giants.
public
Because I think the Giants are getting disrespected.
at home against the Broncos week 1. Yeah, I agree.
Because I think people forget that Saquon's even on the team. They got Kenny Golladay, which again I think I've voiced my opinion on him before. He's very good. I have to see him play.
We disagree when we talk about the strength of the wide receiving core for the Giants.
I just want to see him play a game or two. See how he's coming back from that injury. Because he never fully came back.
That's fair. Boy, was he good on the line.
Yeah, he really was. He really was.
Bears Rams. That's a good one. That'll be fun.
Rams
getting -7 at home. to start.
Probably, though.
Probably.
I
Unless
don't
Justin Fields takes center.
I don't know, dude. What about the red rifle?
Interesting though. Bears are getting 72% of money.
That's
Plus
weird.
7. That is very weird. Now, so it's weird because Rams are getting 72% of tickets, but Bears are getting 72% of money. So it's like literally split.
It's pretty wild.
But yeah, I want to go back to Omar's comment, one bad Super Bowl, because it is true. Man, we stopped talking about Patrick Mahomes real fucking quick.
That's good for him.
Real quick. Yeah, no,
It's good for him.
shouldn't.
Now he'll
Yeah,
just be
it
able
is
to
good for him.
ball out.
He's
I
gonna
mean, dude,
ball
even
out
last
this
season, like, people.
And he had turf toe.
I'm sorry.
Remember, he had turf toe too.
I was saying this the year they won the Super Bowl. First of all, I called that Super Bowl 100%. No one will believe it, but I said 49ers Chiefs. I said it.
Wow.
Not at the beginning of the season, but like week 10, I said 49ers Chiefs.
But in the NFC and AFC championship games, I
no,
called
dude,
Chiefs.
before playoffs, way before playoffs, and everyone was like, no one was talking about Pat Mahomes for the beginning of the season. I'm like, this guy's on
I
pace
feel like
for
Pat
5,000
Mahomes is-
yards and 50 touchdowns.
I feel like no one talks about Pat Mahomes in the beginning of the season because they just expect him to get 900 yards every single game. Yet we're just like, do we realize what this man's fucking doing right now?
If the dude retires tomorrow, he'll be like a top 5 quarterback all time because he had a season with 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns.
Yeah, that is ridiculous.
That is several quarterbacks over 2 seasons.
You're
2,500
not
yards and 25 touchdowns is a season for some quarterbacks.
wrong. You're not wrong. All right, we're gonna fly through the rest of these because we're already at
Yeah.
11:05, and we. Need to talk
I just
about
love that
Mets for
football
a day.
talk, though. I just love the football
Yeah,
talk
hey,
too
I'm
much.
excited. It's not until September though. We gotta pump the brakes a couple times. Ravens Raiders. Ravens getting 4.5, getting a little bit of public money. I like that. That's the Monday night game of Week 1.
Dude, what's
I
even
like the
going on
Ravens
with
in
the
that spot.
Raiders? Are they just going with Derek Carr? Because that's what I figured was
I
going to
don't
happen.
know. I don't understand what the Raiders have been
Or are they
doing
going
for
with
the past
Marcus
4 years.
Mariota? What the heck? I don't
Gruden's
know.
got some plan, some scheme in the back of his head.
Yeah, it's called a
what he's
10-year
doing.
guaranteed contract.
Oh my
Fleecing Las Vegas for everything they got.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous.
But yeah, I think you got to
Seahawks-
just take the Ravens until you know anything about
Yeah.
the Raiders.
Yeah, I agree. And 4.5 seems kind of small for Week 1. Seahawks, Colts. Colts are getting -2.5. I like that.
Take the
I don't think
Colts.
the Seahawks are going to be as good this year.
You
I
have
don't
to
think.
see
I
it.
think they're going to struggle.
They haven't really. Maybe I'm missing something, but I don't think they've addressed any of the issues that they had. I think Russ is
No.
still going to be a little pissed. Yeah, I agree
And Russ,
with you.
hey, Russ can be pissed all he wants, but he's not playing as well as he once was.
And then the Colts
Which
are
is
going to
fair
pull in.
because he's like 32, but
Colts are going to pull in Julio to help with Wentz's MVP campaign.
oh my god, if they get Julio,
Dude,
if they get Julio, that team is.
a Julio Colts
I would
jersey?
put money if they get Julio. I am putting money on the Colts to win the Super Bowl immediately. Honestly,
Yeah.
wherever Julio goes, I might put because he's going to go to a contending team.
Yeah, he's
Um,
that good.
Jets Panthers. Jets +4.5 against Panthers. Panthers getting 90%.
I don't care.
Yeah, nope. I will.
No, that's
I
one
will
of the, like.
stay the fuck away from
I
that
don't.
game.
I don't know who is betting on that game.
No, you're.
I feel like there are not
You're
two
an
teams.
absolute degenerate if you're betting on that game. Besides,
I-
like Panthers in a money line parlay or something.
Yeah, just like okay, well the Jets are the Jets, the Panthers are the Panthers, but at least they have Christian McCaffrey. That's my
Very
thoughts
true.
on.
Yeah,
Um,
pretty much. Yeah, there isn't much to say about that one. Eagles, Falcons, the Dirty Birds versus the Dirty Birds.
Hey, now here's a
eight-
little thing I have to
eight-
say about
eight-
this one.
eight-
Oh, where you going?
Eight, just taking off. Hang on. Hey. Yeah, 3.5. Okay. The one thing I will say about this is that the Falcons should not be getting -3.5 on any team.
As long, here's the thing.
I know you
If-
guys suck at playing the Falcons.
No,
week one,
listen.
But
Yes, that. Whoa. If Julio is not on that team, they're pretty similar to the Eagles.
Yeah.
And I would take the Eagles in that. And
both
I think
dog shit wide receiving cores, both lapses in defense, both.
And honestly, if Julio's not there, the Eagles is a decent pick because who knows? Maybe Jalen does something. Maybe. Probably not, though,
Maybe.
because he's not that
Probably
quick.
not. But hey, maybe.
I'm very, very low on Jalen, and I'm very unexcited for this season. About as unexcited as I've ever been. I think I'm more excited for the Colts.
Just to watch Carson.
Yeah, I think I'm more excited to do that. To see that. Imagine. Good football. Okay.
49ers, we have no idea who's going to start for them. Getting -7.5 against the Lions week 1. -7.5.
Nope. Lions. Lions are going to be the Cinderella story this year. 100%.
Stop saying that.
100%.
Stop it.
No.
That's my division. I'm already terrified of my division because now Justin Fields are in there.
It's
I don't
fine,
need
dude.
another
You
good
can
team.
get the wild card or whatever, lose the first round. It's fine. Like, go
Shut
do
up.
it. If you can go 1-1 on my, you can go 1-1 on my Detroit boys. You can have one of them. We'll take the other.
Packers Saints. Packers getting +3. No, sorry. Packers getting +2.5. I would be taking the Packers there. I think even without Aaron Rodgers, they still might be a better team than the Saints.
No.
Now, that Saints defense is ridiculous. But
The Saints have a better defense, a better running back, a very, very similar wide receiving core, and they'd have Jameis Winston instead of whoever is.
Yeah, but they're cheaters and I hate them.
That's fair. Sort of. Actually, it's unfair, but I see where you're coming from.
They're cheaters.
Yeah, I don't know. I think you might want to take that if you want to take the Saints now before Aaron goes away for certain. If you're gambling,
Packers
man.
still win that game.
I
Packers still win that game.
I could not possibly disagree more.
I could not physically disagree more. And then the last game is Dolphins Patriots. Patriots are getting -2.
That's just wrong. I will also pick the Dolphins. I don't think
that's a Dolphins money line waiting to happen.
I think the Patriots can have a good season. I
agree.
I just think week 1 is not. It's never been on the best Patriots teams ever. With Brady firing all cylinders, week 1 has not been where they go. Well, actually, week 1 after a Super Bowl win, they were like.
Yeah, but Patriots
5-1, 4-1, or something. Except the Chiefs beat them that one time.
I don't see the hope behind the Patriots this year.
I
get
do.
that they've figured out their cap and they got a bunch of players coming back. But man, they looked bad last.
Yeah, they looked bad, but it's an entirely different team. But
yeah, I agree.
With it being an entirely different team, week 1 might be a mess. As I said, this in Dolphins Dolphins
we know
looked
in
good.
We know in Patriots history that they normally struggle the first 4 or 5 games of the season. They always have historically struggled in the beginning of the season because Bill rights the ship, figures out what he's doing, and then they win for the rest of the season.
Yep.
So Dolphins getting underdog week 1, and honestly, I think that Dolphins right now are in a better position than the Patriots, just based off.
Yeah, based off of what we actually
one's trending
seen.
like this and one's trending like that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, I also think completely on paper, the Patriots have a more talented roster right now. The problem is they haven't played yet.
Yeah.
They could be trending up, but we have to see it. But I like the Dolphins.
And I kind of like the Dolphins this season to make a little splash.
I think
might be okay.
I don't think Tua's going to be fantastic, but I don't think he's as bad as people think he is.
I think he's going to be adequate.
Yeah, he'll be good. I think he'll be good. He showed me enough at the end of last year.
I'm calling a week 1 Dolphins upset Patriots for sure.
Yeah, I could see it too. Game. Wow, how fun.
Let's kick it over to a quick break, and then when we come back, we are talking all the bets for today.
Oh boy,
All of them. And guess what? We do have a WNBA game tonight.
Ooh.
11-2. God damn, we're good.
And Trump did Spygate. What? That and more coming up later. I got you. You think it's a joke, though? It's not. Hey, fellas. It's everyone's favorite time of the day. 15 minutes past 11 a.m.
That means that we have 45 minutes to talk about bets for the day.
Oh, boy, oh, boy.
45 minutes of straight betting talk, fellas. Who's ready?
Chat, chat, chat.
All right. What are we going to start with today?
Let's
We
go.
are going to start with...
Chell?
Yeah, let's go Chell. Start with some Chell. We have the Penguins and Islanders, Game 6. Islanders are leading that series 3-2 after they grabbed another one on the road. I would just like to point out that these two teams were two of the hottest home teams in the NHL this year. And this series, the away team is 3-2. Kind of weird. I don't know if I have a play for tonight on this. I have kind of said since the beginning of this series, you should be betting on the home team, but clearly that is not the case. However, I do think that the Islanders are in a very good spot to wrap this up tonight. The Penguins have looked like they're the better team, but man, they just make so many fucking mistakes. And Jari is, you cannot trust him in that back of the net. Boy, he is a Swiss cheese looking little ass. He struggles. He makes mistakes. He's the reason they lost last game. There was 2 mistakes made, and then in OT, he just kind of gave the puck to the Penguins, and they just turned around and shot on him. I gotta lean. I'm leaning Islanders. I gotta do some more research. It's not a final pick, but I'm definitely leaning Islanders. What do you think, Sean? Mister, I'm starting to watch playoff hockey.
I'm starting to like it. Here's the thing. When it comes down to it,
Here it is.
the team that scores the most points wins.
All right. Hey,
So,
you heard it here first.
no, but it sounds like it could be. But in reality, I think that the Islanders have been able to stop the Penguins from scoring more than the Penguins have been able to stop the Islanders from scoring. And if that
This is
just
true.
keeps up, like I don't know the guy's name, but whoever the Islanders have in there is a wall.
Samsonov.
That guy, absolute wall. So yeah,
for someone who has been watching the NHL for most of the season, the Islanders were one of my favorites for a big portion of the season. And then towards the end, they kind of just had a couple injuries and just stopped playing really well. They really started to suck on the road and could only win games at home. But playoff Islanders are a different story. They have been coming with some vengeance.
They've been
and I could see them winning this series. And if you didn't see my tweet yesterday and you're on DraftKings, you need to put a bet on the Boston Bruins to win the Stanley Cup because they
hopefully they haven't changed it yet.
Hopefully it hasn't changed, but it was a plus 1,000 yesterday morning, which is ridiculous for the best team in the East, and the East is the best division in the playoffs.
It's also easy because I don't like the Penguins, so
yeah, no,
that makes it easy.
However, I will say this again: the winner of the Stanley Cup should be out of the East. If you want to take a little dark horse on the Islanders right now before they wrap it up tonight,
just bet them all. Just bet all 4 of them. See what happens.
It might be worth taking the Islanders as a Stanley Cup champion. Just saying, they are good enough to contend. 8 o'clock. Panthers Lightning. Game 6. Game 6? Game 6. Game 6 in Tampa Bay. Boy, I've been high on the Lightning. They struggle in the Panthers arena, but man, I think they take the series now. They are getting a little bit of public money and tickets. Not too much. 71%, 62%. It's not enough to scare me away. Minus 148, the regular money line. The Lightning are a good team, man. The Lightning are a good team. I know they had a little bit of inconsistency down the stretch, but with Kucherov and Stamkos back, and they're playing well. And the Panthers are a very good team, by the way. But just because they're struggling a little bit against Panthers does not mean anything, because Panthers can easily win the Southern Division. Easily.
I think that the Panthers. Here comes Sean's take. I think that the
Panthers. Sean's take of the NHL. I love it.
Panthers are good. The Panthers are really good, but right now they're playing above how they should be.
Yeah, they're playing out of their mind.
They're playing out of their mind, and it just is not. I mean, look, So they either get eliminated this round and had a really good run, or they go far when they're playing.
They go far because the other side of the Southern Division is Hurricanes and Preds, and I think both the Panthers and the Lightning are better than
the
those
Lightning
two
are
teams.
the toughest team they're gonna face for a while.
Yeah.
If they manage to upset the Lightning, that'd be pretty crazy.
Because if they upset the Lightning, they should win the South, and then they have to play the Northern Division winner, which looks like it's going to be the Maple Leafs, but they're also not. They're not that impressive right now. I'm sorry, beating the Habs 4-0 last night was not doesn't show me anything.
But I think,
and if there's anything that the North Division has showed us, it's that it is a shit show, which I have been saying all damn season. All damn season.
I don't think they can beat the Lightning twice.
I don't think so either. Especially, I mean, hey, if they manage to steal this one in Tampa Bay, they
and
have.
Who knows? It's a 3-3 series. Who knows?
That's a toss-up going into Game 7 in Florida's arena. Like, they could steal a series, but man, I don't see them winning tonight. I think Lightning is a good
situation.
Spot. Well, duh. Otherwise, they're gone.
I love it. Hey, but it's at least I can actually say it's not like, is this a must-win game for you guys? Well, who said that in the one NBA playoff series? It was like the first game. They're like, is this a must-win game? He's like, no, we can lose 3 times.
That's my favorite line of dodgeball. Yeah, they can't lose this one. Like, no shit. So that's 8 o'clock, and then 9 o'clock we have the Minnesota Wild. Game 6
baby.
at home.
Who would have thought we'd make it here?
Knights. Who would have thought? Now, this series is weird. It doesn't, again, this is kind of like the Penguins and Islanders. I expected the home team in this series to win most games. I expected the Wild to go to Vegas, probably get swept, and then come home and probably sweep Vegas. The fact that we stole 1 out of the first 2 games in Vegas was incredible, but then we came home and got swept at home. So now we have won 2 games in Vegas compared to their 1, but we have lost both games at home. Game 6 at home. Boy, I like the Wild here. I'm biased. Very, very biased. Okay? Yeah, biased. However, Vegas coming in getting 91% of money as the road favorite. So while they're only getting 9% of public money as a home dog, as a very good home dog. Now, hey, come here. Hey,
Eric's in the darkness. Come back.
Hey, knock it off. Hey, you better quit it. Hey, you better stop it. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, you better be.
It's just that MacBook problems with 97 extension cords on this thing, so that I can actually run a stream.
Mac. Yo.
MacBook probs.
Yo. Put more ports on your computers. You're not special. People want to use them for things. God.
Do you understand how many freaking adapters I have on this little thing? Like, my laptop sounds like it's about to go to outer space. It's working so damn hard. But yes, plus 118 for the Wild at home as dogs. If they win this game, holy shit, the Minnesota Wild may come out of this series.
Yeah, they have the momentum if they win this.
But boy, I don't think they win this game.
It's a tough one.
We have been getting shit stomped every game. We shot a total of 14 shots last game. We had one. Ichi. Uno. I don't know how to say it in any other language. One shot in the whole second period. We had 14 shots in the whole game. In the game before, we had like 15. In the game before, we had like 17.
Yo, but that batting average though, 4 and 14.
It literally doesn't make any sense. We're not taking any shots. Marc-Andre Fleury's standing on his head, and we still have managed to win 2 games. And it's literally based off 2 first periods.
Sounds like divine intervention, man.
All I know is we are Vegas Golden Knights kryptonite, and I love it. But, man, I do not see us. I don't understand how we're still in this series, and I do not see us winning this series. I can tell you that much. But I'm here for it, and I'm going to keep coaching from the couch because they fucking need me. That's NHL.
He's a free agent, by the way. If they're trying to get him, I mean, this guy right here, free agent.
Well, I mean, in basketball, yeah.
Hey,
My loyalty is my loyalty can never be shaken
free
in
agent
hockey.
coach though for hire.
Yeah, it's true.
Get him wild.
I'm just saying, you should hear me on the couch. I'd be
Get him out there. He'll get the boys going.
I do like the over in the Panthers Lightning game at 6. I have liked the over almost every single game in this series. They didn't hit it last time. They only went 5, but boy, Lightning at home score a fuckload of goals. And if there are any power plays, this score will be ran up. Oh, hey, Weeble. What do we got? Oh, I was hoping a little Doge alert.
Wee woo, Shiba coin.
But that is the NHL. NBA. Wizards Sixers game 2. Can you explain to me why they had an extra day in a break? They're the only team.
They got lucky, I think. I was pretty mad about it. I wanted to see him, but I think since they only have
it happens, man.
They only have there was 4 games on Sunday, and then there was only 3 games on Monday, or there's only 2 on Monday, 3 on Tuesday. I think from here on out, some teams get 1 day, some teams get 2. I don't know how the scheduling
7 o'clock
works, but 7 o'clock.
Wizards Sixers.
What's the spread?
They are once again getting 8. The spread has not changed.
I don't know. I would take 8.
However, unlike the first game when the Sixers were getting 75% of public money, they are now only getting 39%.
Really?
So the public is actually favorited on the Wizards to cover.
Yeah, all right, look. All right, you know what? I'm just going to do it. The Sixers are so much better than them. They're going to trounce these dudes. 8 points is not enough. 8 points, man. 8 points would be like if the Sixers beating them by 18 and they just put in Dwight Howard at point guard for the last 10 minutes. Like, man, this is I'm done being humble. I'm done being modest, man. These Sixers,
things turn bad.
These Sixers, baby. These Sixers are different. These are different. We have shooters. We have dogs on the roster. Joel Embiid, MVP, if he could have just stayed out there, wouldn't even been a question. Wouldn't even be a question.
I would like this
bro,
to be clipped.
Clip me, bro.
For when the Wizards win 4-1, I would like this to be clipped.
If the Wizards win this series, I will
become a T-Wolves fan.
I will. I was gonna say I'll eat a cup of dirt, but I think I'd rather do that.
Yeah, I'd rather eat a cup of dirt than be a T-Wolves fan. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man. Hey, but either way, I think if the Sixers are getting 8 again, and now they're not getting the public money, I think that's a fantastic bet.
You want to know something that hurts my heart a little bit at 7:30? The Knicks are getting favored at 2, but have 82% of public money on them. Are they gonna drop another game? Does Trae Young beat them?
They seriously could.
Now,
I
will say that Julius Randle had probably one of the worst games of his season in Game 1. R.J. Barrett also had probably one of the worst games of his season in Game 1. Trae Young had probably one of the best games of his season in Game 1 and hit a great shot and then got very cocky.
That's Trae, dude. You know what? I respect Trae coming in because you know what? He's going to be the heel. Just his style of play. He jacks up crazy shots. He flops around. And you know what? We can all hate on the flopping. But until it's not an efficient way to score points, you can't hate that much.
Yep. I agree. It's part of the rules, and he knows the rules well.
It's part of the rules. And the dude is a dog. The dude is taking on this role of being like the villain and coming into the garden and being, what's up?
Hey, and to be fair, he probably heard some shit being said to him that whole game in the garden. Knicks fans in the first time in the playoffs in 7 years or something? Oh, I can't imagine the shit that was being said. And then he hits a game winner and he's just like,
that's what he said. He said everyone's just going, F you, F you, F you. And then it stopped. He was like,
what? I can't.
Where'd it go?
Where's the volume button? No, it is interesting though, and honestly, I am 100% on the Knicks tonight. But that public money does scare me. The fact that everyone's stacked up, I don't see any way that the Hawks take both games in New York, but we also don't know why the Knicks are in the playoffs right now. We don't know how the hell they got to the 4 seed. We don't know. It doesn't make sense how they got here in the first place. So if they got swept in the very first round of the playoffs, I'd be like, hey, it's the Knicks, man. What do you expect?
This is such a tough match, honestly. I
know.
don't know if I'm ever gonna.
It's the
bet a
best
game in
matchup
this
we could have
series.
gotten for the Knicks just
Yeah.
because, like, it's the most entertaining.
Yeah.
But boy, this is the tough one to bet on.
I don't know if I'd bet a single game in this series. I did take the Nets to win this series yesterday. I think it was at plus 220. I was
You
like,
mean
well,
Knicks?
yes, the Knicks. Sorry, not the Nets. The Knicks.
I was like,
the
wow, that
Nets
must
was
have been an
at
awesome minus 2,000 bet.
yeah, the Nets. Yeah, the Nets are like they're minus 2,000 something like that. No, the Knicks though. It's got them at plus 220 for the series, just down one game. I think it's not controversial to say that they're the better team.
No, definitely not.
But man,
They-
Trey's the best player on the court.
I would have to. Trey right now is the best player on the court.
He's crazy.
Yeah.
He's crazy. If he was in a bigger market, he'd be people would respect him a lot more.
Yeah, I don't know if he can play it next to superstars though. I don't know if he has that. I don't know if he'd be that like. I feel like his scheme is, hey, you're the all-star, you jack up the shots, you take the shot. Like, I feel like that's what he kind of thrives off of. And if he's
Yeah.
not that guy, I don't know how. I mean, he's a good outside shooter, obviously. He's a good distributor, but like,
I mean, he
how
averaged
do you play next to superstars?
25, 9, and 4 over the season. He is a superstar,
Being the guy.
but it's not.
I just want to
his
see what
fault.
happens. I know, no, that's what I'm saying.
That's the
But I
thing.
think he might thrive more in the situation he's in
Yeah,
rather than
where
going to
he's
the
guy.
Lakers
It was
with AD and LeBron. Like, I feel like he thrives a lot better here. And I also don't think he wants to be on LeBron and AD's team. Like,
I don't think so either.
He's got a little Kyrie. It feels like a little Kyrie where it's just like, I like being the guy. Like, I want to be the guy.
But Kyrie
I should
couldn't
be
be
the
the
guy.
guy. But Kyrie couldn't
No.
be the guy. Trey can be the guy. He's more like reminds me of like AI or like I don't know, where it's just like the most success comes if he needs the shots to warm up or to get out of a slump if he's not shooting well. He needs to still be the shooter. But what he needs on that team is not another scorer, but just like a facility, like a Draymond type player, like a Rocco type player,
someone to give him
like
a lot of space, like
right,
just
someone that can
something to
space him
separate
out.
him. Yeah,
or like just like a true center in there. I know
He needs
Clint's
a
been
Draymond.
playing well. Yeah, a Draymond would be exactly what he needs. But here's the thing: the Hawks are the 5 seed.
Yeah.
Whatever he managed to do, he got the Hawks to the 5 seed.
After they weren't even in playoff contention,
Nope,
I might add.
for a
They
while.
were not like a month and a half, 2 months ago. The Hawks were not supposed to be in the playoffs.
I didn't look for like a week at the standings, and then they're like the 7th seed. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
weird.
they
And
won
then
like
they're the 5
6 in a
seed.
row,
I
and all of a
was
sudden they were like, "Oh,
what?
hey, they're here." But yeah, only getting 18% of public money. Interesting. I agree that people should be stacked on the Knicks tonight, but that's a scary
Yeah,
little
it makes
line there.
sense. It makes sense. I just would not bet on either of them right now.
The Grizzlies are getting 9 tonight. 9. 36% of money on the Grizzlies, so people stacking up a little bit on Jazz -9. Don't know why. Doesn't make sense to me. How about that? Hey,
Donnie.
we have called the underdogs in the West to a fucking T, I might add. To a perfect T, we have called the West. And the Mavs, once again, upset the Clips.
I'm going to make so much money when they win that series. Let's go.
Hey, we tried telling you that the Mavs have a very good chance at upsetting the Clippers. We didn't understand why the line was the way it is. We said the Clippers have not shown us much, and if the Mavs get hot, which they have, the Clippers are in trouble. And after yesterday, the Clippers are in trouble. They came out and said, "Oh, we're fine. It's just 2-0." No, you're not fine. You just lost both your home games. Now you have to go to Dallas. Did you see Porzingis get absolutely dusted yesterday?
Yeah.
Did you see that? Did you see the bench players telling him there was a slippery spot on the court because he got his ankles broken? Who is it? Was it PG who did it to him?
Yeah.
I think it was PG. Hits him with a little stutter fake, and Kristaps' legs just go whoop, right
Dude.
from underneath him. And all the bench players for Clippers are like laughing at him and like pointing on the floor and be like, "Oh, hey, it's slippery there, slippery there." Kristaps starts laughing.
You know what the thing
Man
is?
just got wrecked.
The thing is, the Clippers, man, their guys like Kawhi had 41 in the last game.
Yep, and probably another.
Paul George had a good 25, 28.
There's
I
just
think.
no one else, man.
That's the thing. Like their guys are doing
Nobody
what they're
else.
supposed to. They just don't. They
Pat
can't.
Bev, who.
Well, he had 3 points in the last one.
Yeah, I mean
And
he's
that
more
was-
defensive guy, but
3 points.
like man, they just don't have. They just don't have enough. And I feel like that's always been the Clippers' problem. They just don't have enough. And Kawhi is not that elite of a player. Like he's a good player, very, very good player, like top 15 in the league. But I'm not gonna stand here and act like Kawhi
He's
is
better than top. He's at least top 10.
Okay, maybe. But I'm not gonna sit here and act like Kawhi is the key to teams' needs, like to win a championship. Like just because you get Kawhi does not make you a contender.
No.
And I'm sick and tired of people acting like wherever like Kawhi like immediately makes the Clippers contenders. Like no, he doesn't.
Well, it did. It did when the Clippers were a better team, but the Clippers have lost since Kawhi came to the Clippers. The Clippers have lost a lot of key players. They're a worse team now.
Yeah.
Like Kawhi, dude. I don't know. You can say all that, but the dude has 2 Finals MVPs. The dude has 2 rings. The dude has more success in the NBA than
a lot of people.
Basically everyone except LeBron and anyone on the Warriors. Like, does anyone else won 2 chips and actually played a role in 2 chips besides someone on the Cavs or the Warriors in the last decade?
No, not really. Besides, like maybe the Spurs or something.
Yeah,
someone on the Spurs.
Tail end of the
Ginobili
Spurs.
and
well,
Tony
that was
Parker
one of
and
his.
those guys.
That was one of his with them.
Oh yeah,
but,
I suppose that was one of his.
That was one of him. He was the MVP. Yeah, I think he's really good. He's really, really good. His style of play is just not a takeover guy. He's so well-rounded that he can't cover every facet of the game. Like, he dropped 41. What else do you want the guy to do? 41, 4, and 6. I agree, though. He's not...
It feels like,
you can't just add him to a team and they win, but I think there's, like...
He's not going to solve any
I don't know if there's
pieces
anyone
of
in the
puzzle.
league that's like that anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think everyone needs at least 2 to go to the same spot in order to have like a shot.
LeBron 4 years ago is the only player I can think of that is like add to a team, win.
Yeah.
Because even now, as we're seeing in this series, it's tough, and he's got AD with him, and it's tough against the Suns.
Yeah.
It's tough. So I don't know. I don't think this is on.
By the
Kawhi.
way, if Chris Paul is healthy last night, the Suns win. Just saying.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Because up until the last 60 seconds, that game was very close. Until Alex Caruso dunked, and then it kind of got out of hand. But yeah, Grizzlies Jazz. Grizzlies Jazz. Man, I'm gonna take the Grizzlies spread again. I don't think the Jazz are that good, and I don't think the Grizzlies are that bad.
I don't know.
We getting 9?
I'm just a little afraid of. Angry
Donovan Mitchell
Mitchell.
comes back. Yeah, and yet angry Donovan
Mitchell down 1 to the 8 seed. Didn't get to play. He wanted to play game 1. Maybe he
but if
goes
Donovan
off.
Mitchell drops 40, the Grizzlies can still cover.
Yeah, then they win by like 6.
Because that's kind of my point to Kawhi.
Same with
Kawhi.
like, yeah.
If Kawhi gets 41, it's because someone else got 3. Pat Bev got 3. Like, Kawhi's not getting 60 points, and then the rest of the team's also getting, and I get it, like, if you have a big game, obviously the other players on the team aren't going to do as well. But, like, Kawhi's never going to get 45 points, and their team scores 130. Like, he's never going to. If he scores 40 points, they're going to cap out at, like, 110. Like, I just think that if he's the one controlling the game, it's because nobody else is getting the ball, and no one else is taking the shots. And, sorry, Kawhi's not a good enough player to be the guy taking all the shots. He's not good enough.
No, but he's not. he's not good enough. That's not who he is.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. But when he drops 41, there's a problem.
Yeah, he's not. He should be like 30, 10, and 10, not 45
Yeah,
and 5.
he should be 25, 13, and 7. That would be a perfect stat line for him.
He's just being asked to do the wrong thing on this Clippers team. He's being asked to do too much. I don't think it reflects on him as a player, though. I just don't think that the position – and the thing is, I think they just have enough – with him and Paul George, there's enough raw talent that they could just beat down teams until they got to the playoffs at a decent seed. But once you only have to play good teams, it's a problem.
And I think the same team. I think the Clippers are one of those teams where once you have them figured out, they're very they're very simple in what they do. Yeah. And I think it's because they quite literally only have Kawhi and PG. Like, you only have to really focus on 2 guys.
Yeah.
But NBA, fun stuff. Boy, we have sucked in the East, but boy, we are fucking killing it in the West.
Yeah.
Not great in the East, but the East is very just the better team's gonna win in the East. Like, that's just where I'm at now. Totals for NBA tonight. I don't really like anything. I took the over in the Grizzlies Jazz last game. Got scary, but they ended up covering it at the end. Hawks Knicks only at 212 seems very, very low. Although last game was 105 to 103.
Yeah, something like that.
And Sixers Wizards, I'd be taking the under tonight. I love taking the under in Sixers games and Wizards games, so I'll be taking the under. That's it for NBA. What do we have? 18 minutes left for MLB and a little
Hey.
Our favorite sport. 11-2 now. Went 2-1 last night. MLB. Oh, please tell me the White Sox are playing today. I don't see the White Sox on the roster. Oh no. Oh, they are playing today against the Cardinals again. And they're not favored. Or they're not getting public money.
Is it a lefty?
All right, here it is. Drum roll, please. John Gant, righty. Fuck!
Boo.
However, Rodon is pitching for the White Sox. He's pretty good. But we do not bet off starting pitchers, remember?
Never.
Damn. Really wanted to take them too. Fuck. What time's first game today? 1:10? Oh, the Twinkies. Twinkies getting favorited -200 against the Baltimore Orioles and getting 94% of money. Boy, if there's a team to fade today, it would be the Twinkies. That is ridiculous. I think it's Pineda pitching. Yeah, it is. Against George Lopez. Just kidding, it's Jorge Lopez. Yeah, boy, if you want an underdog team at +170 today, it would be the Orioles. Twins are playing better as of recently, but getting 94% on a team that has been quite inconsistent this year. I would know because I'm a fan. Baltimore's in a good spot. Let's see, next game. God, there's a lot of MLB games today. Whole bunches of them. 2:10 Cardinals White Sox. Rodon is pitching. He is a very good pitcher. However, the White Sox are getting -215. Public is stacking on the Cardinals, though. Interesting, even with Rodon pitching.
Probably those odds, man. They're looking juicy.
They are +185 for the Cardinals. Good odds. Let's see. What's the next game? 337. Hit a huge player. Oh, Simple Skills Gaming hit a huge player performance last night. AD to score 30 and Lakers win. Got it at +500. Simple Skills Gaming.
That's a
Simple
bet.
Skills Gaming.
That's a big. Let's go. Love those.
Good hit, Simple. Simple Skills Gaming. God, nice hit. AD to score 30. How many did AD end up with last night? I don't think I actually saw his box score. Hey, good hit. That's what we like to see.
Hell yeah.
Fella's getting fucking paid out.
Hell yeah. He had 34.
Nice.
Tight
Great
one.
call.
Love it. Love it.
Attaboy. Let's see. 337. What the fuck? Is White Sox at -195 worth it? Hey, the White Sox are one of the best teams in the MLB. Probably top 4 teams in the MLB. They're at home where they're 16-8. St. Louis is on the road where they're 11-12. You got Rodon pitching. Now, I hate betting on off starting pitchers. I hate it because there's bullpens, there's batting, like there's other things going on, and Vegas knows that most MLB bettors only bet based off the starting pitcher. And that's why the White Sox is what it is. However, this is a damn good team, and they have been playing very well against the Cardinals. Very, very well. Pretty much, in my mind, if the Chicago White Sox play anyone but the Yankees, they're probably going to win. It seems like that's the one team that Chicago White Sox just cannot beat no matter what they do. They can't beat the Yankees. But other than that, it's a damn good team. I think it might be worth it at minus 195. With them getting disrespected by the public? Yeah, I'll take that. Honestly, I might even take the minus 1.5. If that bullpen's full of lefties tonight.
Where's that ball going?
White Sox against lefties. White Sox against lefties. White Sox against lefties.
Even though they're not necessarily today. Just so you know.
Yeah. But hey, if that bullpen's full of lefties, you better look out. All right, Mariners Athletics 3:37. What a stupid time to start a game. Athletics are at home getting minus 177. Mariners on the road getting plus 150. Athletics getting stacked with public money. Now, I have been watching the series because I really do like the Mariners. You know that it's one of my favorite underdog teams to bet on because they come in at like plus 180 every single game. So here's the thing. This is how good Seattle Mariners are this year and how big of underdogs they've been at. Oakland Athletics are 28-22, and if you bet their money line all year long, you'd be up $450 off $100 bets. 28-22, $450. Seattle Mariners are only 23-26, losing record. Yet if you bet their money line every game, you'd have $350. This is why I love betting on the Seattle Mariners because they're basically 500, and every single game they're plus 180. And they're playing very well against the Oakland Athletics right now, I might add. They did beat Oakland 4-2, 4-3 the past 2 days. Maybe it's a spot. Maybe they can't sweep Oakland, as Oakland is a pretty good team. But hey, man, the Mariners, I'm telling you, they're the dark horses of the season. I love betting on them. They come in, they're only plus 150 today, but they always come in underdogged, and they always surprise you. They're not a bad team. Any value taking Pens today, or are the Islanders simply the better team? Hey, that series is nuts.
Absolutely
that is two
insane.
extremely home-based teams that keep winning on the road ever since the playoffs started. The Pens are a better team, I think. However, the Pens have been making so many mistakes and are in front of a goaltender who is shaky.
Mm-hmm.
Islanders have a good defense, good goalie, and take advantage of mistakes. They really do. They're a very sound fundamental team. Now the away team is 3-2 in this series, so I'm not sure, but man, if I know anything about the Islanders, and I feel like I do because I was a big fan of the Islanders during the regular season before they kind of had their little fall down. I think the Islanders wrap it up tonight. And honestly, I think the Islanders wrap it up tonight and then give Boston a run for their money.
I will say, though,
Hot take of the day.
I think it's pretty strange how tight the money line odds are. It's minus 106 on the Penguins, minus 109 on the Islanders.
Yep.
But the Islanders minus 1.5 is plus 235.
Yeah, holy shit, that's a huge jump.
Just for one more goal.
Yeah, that's a huge jump.
Both including overtime.
Yeah.
Not that would matter for minus 1.5.
Not that would really matter, but
because
hey, it's gonna be a great game.
If it goes to overtime, you can't cover 1.5. But
it's gonna be a great game, and this is gonna be a very good game to live bet because if a team goes down early, I would live bet the shit out of them, at least for like a +1 on their side, because there's no way that both teams don't skate their asses off for an entire 60 minutes in this game. Like these two teams, one, hate each other. Two, like obviously a must win for the Penguins. If they lose, they're done. And obviously also a must win for the Islanders because I guarantee they do not want to have to go back to Pittsburgh for a game 7.
No.
Like that would be that just doesn't sound very fun because if there's a game 7 in Pittsburgh, I don't think Pittsburgh's losing it. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I think Islanders are in a good spot tonight. I think if you have to bet, and I don't think I will bet on the series, I have stayed away from it for the most part. But if you have to bet it, if you want to bet it, I think the Islanders wrap it up tonight. I think they go on, and then I truly do think they give Boston all that they can handle. I still think that the Boston Bruins should be the favorite to win the Stanley Cup right now, despite a very good Colorado Avalanche team. But we're back on MLB. Let's see. Mariners might be a good spot to upset. At 4:07, we have the Texas Rangers versus the LA Angels. Texas Rangers are underdogs, yet getting 81% of public money. Interesting. I don't like betting on either one of these teams. I'm pretty sure the Angels still are without Mike Trout. Could be wrong about that. Let me double check. Because if Mike Trout's out, I do not bet on the Angels. That is just something that I will not cross because he's still out indefinitely. That is literally the greatest MLB player that's probably ever lived. I got to hop off. Thanks for the awesome show today, my dudes. Thanks, Omar.
Hey, thank you, Omar.
See you tomorrow. Rangers, Angels. Rangers getting a shitload of money. Probably a good spot to take the Angels as home favorites, only getting 19% of public money. But maybe the public knows something that I don't. I'm probably going to stay away from that game. I just don't trust either one. The Rangers are good at upsetting teams, but it's the Angels, and the Angels are not a bad team, although their record kind of reflects that they're not a great team. What's next game? Can we stop at the 4:07s and the 3:37s and all this shit, MLB? Can we just have normal, like, 7 o'clock games like every other sport does? You fucking losers. This is why no one likes the MLB. Besides when it gets corrupt and cheating and everyone's cheating, and I love the MLB now. Also, if you're in the chat and you're a big MLB fan, this season is just way more entertaining than any MLB season I've ever watched. It just is. We got cheaters on both sides of it. We got cheaters in pitching. We got cheaters in batting. We got cheaters everywhere. We got sticky fingers. We got, oh, God, what a time for baseball. What a time.
It's getting interesting.
And Robert Manfred's just sitting in the background going, because he's so hammered.
We do not condone sticky fingers.
Wait to give away my piece of metal trophy.
I hope you don't get your sticky fingers all over my shiny metal.
Robert Manfred hates baseball.
As
he just stands by and watches everyone in his league cheat. No talking about that, though. 7:05. Wait, I think I missed the game. 6:35. Sorry, 6:35, because apparently we have to be weird. Pirates, Cubs. Pirates are underdogs at home, plus 116. 42% of money. Cubs getting a little bit of public favoritism. Maybe the Pirates here. The Cubs do not impress me in any way, shape, or form. And the Pirates are that one team that's either going to lose 20-0 to the Braves, or they're going to beat the Yankees 4-1. I don't know what it is about that team. They're not very good, but they keep winning games when they shouldn't. So there's that. I'd be staying away from that one. 7:05 Blue Jays Yankees. I'm a huge fan of fading the Yankees this season, and I might do it again here. The Blue Jays kind of got their number too. They've been pretty good this season. Hang on, let me just double check, make sure I'm not just spewing shit out of my mouth. Blue Jays Yankees. Domingo German. Oh, Toronto is starting a debut pitcher.
Ooh.
In Manoa. Let's see. Toronto is 14-12 on the road. New York Yankees are 14-10. Let's see, head-to-head this season. They have played 7 games already this season. Toronto has won 5 of the 7. They have had the Yankees number. They are 5-2 against the New York Yankees this season, and they are getting plus 135 today. Now, it is a debut pitcher, so I'm not going to tell anyone to actually take the Blue Jays. However, fading the Yankees is a real thing this season because they still get favorited every single game because they have better starting pitchers. But their bats suck and their bullpens suck. So they are losing a lot of games. Blue Jays might have a spot here tonight. The Reds and the Nationals. Nationals getting minus 137. I said it yesterday when the Nationals were getting minus 200 because Max Scherzer was pitching that we should not be betting on the Nationals when they're getting minus 200 because that is fucking ridiculous. They are not that good of a team, even if Max Scherzer is pitching. And what happened? The Reds beat the Nationals yesterday. Now, Nationals getting favored again with 72% of public money while the Reds are getting plus 118. Hey, might be a shot. If you like your plus money values, might be a shot for the Reds again tonight. I do not know who's pitching. Let me check real quick. Jeff Hoffman and Joe Ross. Oh, let's look at covers.com free pick. Let's see what they have to say. The boys have to say.
Oh,
Let's
boy.
remind you that they took Washington minus 1.5 yesterday, and that didn't win.
Oh, boy.
Reminder that they took the under in the Mavs game yesterday.
Not these
That
guys
didn't win.
again.
Reminder that they took one other losing bet. Yeah, there's just if you use covers.com, do not use their free picks. Use the fellas free picks on Twitter and Instagram.
Hey,
They're much better than they are. Hey, 4-1 in free picks yesterday.
let's
Thank you.
go.
But yes, they have the Washington Nationals to win the game. So boy, if there's a fade of the day, it might be the Washington Nationals.
Yeah.
I love when covers. Oh wait, there's a free pick on the Boston game too, and they say Boston, so I'm going to say Atlanta. What other games do we have? Indians, Tigers, 7-10. Tigers plus 112. These two teams are both shit. They're shit when they play each other. They're shit when they don't play each other. Don't bet on that game. Royals, Rays. Royals getting plus 185. Boy, you want to talk about a team that had a hot start that just kind of tanked? Kansas City Royals. What the hell are you doing? They started in the AL Central in first, and they were like commanding, and now they're almost last. But the Twins are actually last. So Rockies, Mets. Rockies on the road. They are 3-18 now on the road.
Wow.
The Mets are getting minus 139.
Bad.
Hey, this might be. I know that we might have fucked up earlier in the week saying to take the Mets when they lost to the Rockies. However, it's a new day, and the Rockies are 3-18 on the road.
Yeah. Oh, congrats.
That's like
Now it's
not possible.
2 anymore. Now it's not 2 anymore.
No, they did beat. Yeah, it's not
we
2
take
anymore.
those anyway.
3-18. The Mets are
Anyway.
12-5 at home. Man. Now they've played 5 times so far. The Mets have won 3 of them. So decently tight series. But boy, the Rockies are terrible on the road. So bad. 72% of money is on the Mets, so maybe stay away, but the Rockies are bad on the road. What else we got? Padres, Brewers. Padres finally getting favorited for the first time in the series. They lost game 1, but then won game 2 in this series. Brewers getting plus 115 at home. 72% of tickets are on the Padres. However, 72% of money is on the Brewers. So do
Interesting.
with that what would you like. Seems like the public betting is low on the Padres, so probably a lot of parlays. It looks like a lot of money line parlays on the Padres, and then the Brewers are getting straight bets as an underdog.
Makes sense.
That's the way I read that. That could be a little bit false, but most likely the way it's going. The Padres are one of the best teams in the MLB, getting minus 134, so might be worth taking them. Astros, Dodgers at 740. We did take the Dodgers money line yesterday as they fucking throttled the Astros. Throttled.
Thank you,
at,
Los
at a
Angeles
pick'em
Dodgers.
line. At a pick'em line. They
Too
had the
easy.
Dodgers as a pick'em line.
Too easy.
Dodgers are the hottest team in baseball right now.
Yeah.
I will continue to bet on that. They've had their struggles this season, but I think they have finally turned the corner, and they are now the hottest team in baseball, as they should have been. They are the World Series favorites, as they should be. They have the most talented roster. They have the most talented pitching. They're just a very good team. At minus 148, I would still pick them tonight, honestly. That's about as far up of a juice as I'll go, and I don't know what their -1.5 is. Let me double check on that real quick. Their -1.5 is only plus 122. Interesting. However, the Astros spread is getting stacked on by the public, so that makes me like the Dodgers even more. Yeah, I think Dodgers are in a good place. I think the Dodgers, when they play bad teams, they play down to their level. However, when they play good teams, as in the Houston Astros, who are a pretty good team, they seem to just play way out of their mind, like they're actually in the playoffs. I think this team kind of gets bored. I think they know that they're the best team in baseball. I think that they get a little lazy at times and don't win some games that they should, but it's the Astros, and the Dodgers hate the Astros. Hate them. So I see Dodgers winning this one again. But should be a good baseball game. What else do we have? What have I missed? What is there left? I think just the one game, Giants and Diamondbacks. Boy, these two played last night. I had no idea why the Giants were getting the line that they were. And now, again, I still don't understand why they're getting. They're -117 against the Diamondbacks, and the Giants are one of the best teams in the MLB right now. They're only getting 54% of money. They are getting 74% of tickets. I like the Giants here again. The Diamondbacks are not that great of a team, despite what some people may think. They're 18-31, 9-10 at home, 9-21 on the road. The Giants are 29-19, 15-12 on the road. And if you bet the money line every single time the Giants have played, you'd be up $1,000 off $100 bills. You'd be up $1,000. The Giants are a very good team. Vegas seems to not think that they're a very good team because they always give them very good odds. They have won. So despite a 3-game losing streak to the Dodgers, the Giants have won 6 games in a row, despite a 3-game losing streak against the Dodgers, because the Dodgers are just a better team. And when the Dodgers play a good team, they play out of their freaking mind. But the Giants beat the Diamondbacks yesterday 8-0. I see it happening again. Yeah. And that's it for MLB, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let me double check any totals that I might be into.
No.
Just the over on Nationals Reds game, over 10. That will be my only under/over. Yeah. That leaves one more sport.
Oh, yeah.
We're taking the Las Vegas Aces, -6.
Woo! Lock it
We
in
are
now,
taking-
ladies and
We're
gentlemen.
taking the Las Vegas Aces -6. It's only going to go to VIP today. I'm not going to put it out as free play because screw that. Everyone doesn't need to know my free plays all the time, or my WNBA plays. You can pay for it VIP to get it. Yeah, 98% of money is on the Mercury. I will take the Vegas Aces all day long. That game tips off at 10 o'clock tonight, and I will be watching and excited to watch. Honestly, I give some shit to the WNBA because, hey, whatever you had to say, it is less talent than the NBA, and it's kind of funny to watch at times because it is less talent than the NBA. But boy, it's a very, very exciting basketball game. I'm not gonna lie. Watching WNBA is pretty exciting. When you don't just have 7-foot giants who can literally like dunk the ball by just reaching up their arm, you'd be surprised how fun the game actually is to watch. They move the ball better than the NBA. They make more mistakes than the NBA, which makes it entertaining.
Yeah.
They can't dunk, so like layups are actually challenging because they're not right next to the hoop. And 3 balls are electric in the WNBA.
Yeah, they're crazy.
3 balls are electric.
Yeah.
We did go 2-1 in the WNBA yesterday. We missed the Chicago Sky -6 as they lost by like 11, but we did hit the over in that game, and we did hit the Washington Mystics -2 as they won by, I believe, 9 or 10. WNBA GOAT. It's officially announced on Twitter. I called myself the WNBA GOAT. And I had a lot of people agree, so there is that.
All right. Look,
What a show.
I know we're a little over, But this story,
Yes.
come on, it has
Trump's
Robert
bucket.
Kraft, it has Donald Trump,
Oh,
and it has a senator's final memoir, all in one. This is quite a story. we have
cancel
here.
culture is coming out of me.
I don't know if I'm not. Hey, no one needs to get canceled necessarily, but this is fascinating stuff.
I'm ready to hear because I
All right.
saw the headline but did not read into it.
So this is what we have. There's 3 parties. You got Trump, you got Kraft, and you got this guy, former Pennsylvania senator, died in 2012. Rest in peace. What's his first name? His name's Specter.
Well, that's not suspicious at all.
So Specter was the senator.
Okay.
He died in 2012, and his final memoir, he was writing a book. He wrote that a mutual friend had told him that if he laid off the Patriots, there'd be a lot of money in Palm Beach. And to which he replied, I couldn't care less. Now,
Wait, if he laid off the Patriots?
yeah, like
that,
stopped going after them, like laid off the investigations.
Okay.
So, and he never revealed the name, but Charles Robbins, who is Specter's longtime communications aide, who was the one recording this memoir for him, was almost 100% sure that this is Trump he's talking about. Trump and Specter have been friends since the 80s. Trump donated to Specter's campaign over and over and over again. This dude was a career politician since the 60s. Trump's been on with him since like the early 80s. Now, Trump is also close friends with Robert Kraft. Kraft came to his wedding. They're tight. Despite the denials and then basically they said that Trump was a messenger for Kraft. That Kraft told Trump to tell the senator, because Trump's the middleman. Trump's friends with Kraft and Trump's friends with the senator. He said, go offer him money to lay off the investigation. Kraft asked Trump to say that to Specter, the senator. Obviously, Trump's people in Kraft's papers have both come out and said, "Oh, this isn't real." However,
that didn't happen.
However, Arlen Specter's son, Shannon Specter, told ESPN that directly from his father, his father told him that Trump was acting as a messenger for Kraft, but he's also sure that the reference to money in Palm Beach was campaign contributions, not necessarily like cash straight up. It was more so for Kraft to assist with campaign contributions from South Beach. And it was Kraft's offer, not someone else's offer, but Trump was the one relaying it for him.
So you're telling me that everyone in this situation is shady? It sounds like...
It seems like the senator guy was all right. It seems like he said no and then moved on.
He definitely accepted it, though, did he not?
It said he didn't. It said he said, I could not care less. I think because eventually the NFL just shut down the investigations anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm also not sure how much the governor or the senator of Pennsylvania has to do with this.
Yeah, how is that like a whole... How does the senator get wrapped in this? Was he like leading the investigation or something? Or he maybe had the power to stop the investigation?
Wait. So the offer of money did not impact the investigation at all. He turned down the money and continued his pursuit of the truth that he felt Goodell was hiding, which, shout out to Specter, this guy was fighting the good fight. He was fighting the good fight.
Why didn't he say anything? Why does his son have to come out and be like, oh, by the way, this happened? Why didn't Specter come out right away and be like, Robert Kraft just tried to pay me money for this investigation?
So
I want to throw that out there.
Specter was super mad. Goodell had all the evidence and he was hiding it. All the Spygate videos tapes were destroyed. Goodell was really afraid of Specter's investigation. He convinced the Eagles, Steelers, and Rams coach to release statements saying the NFL did its due diligence. Goodell made them do this. None of those parties reportedly even felt that it was true. The NFL still had the power to stonewall Spector, though, and prevented him from obtaining any documents or interviewing any employees. Then Spector ended the investigation in 2008
what's
after
the fucking
he had.
point for an investigation if you can't investigate anything?
Well, I'm sure he wanted to.
Like, it's an investigation, but you're actually not allowed to investigate shit.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It was an investigation from outside of the NFL, and the NFL had all the evidence, and he said, "Can I see it?" And they said no. And then the poor dude was then the dude was 80 years old, and then he had to undergo chemotherapy, and then that's when he ended that's when he had to end the investigation.
Oh.
Because he couldn't get the rest of the senators on board further.
Who's his son? Shannon Spector?
Yeah. And he said that his dad told him it was Trump.
Reopen your investigation. Even though I don't think you can anymore. I think it's already been kind of.
It's a little old.
Reopen your investigation and fine Robert Kraft a shitload of money because it'd be funny. For no other reason than it would be funny to watch Robert Kraft struggle a little bit. And it'd be kind of entertaining to watch another thing happen with the Patriots. Which, by the way, I don't give a flying fuck about Spygate.
I do.
Or Deflategate.
Deflategate's stupid.
Spygate's also stupid.
No, Deflategate was the response to Spygate. 100% sure of it. Anyway.
There is thousands of hours of open film for everyone to use.
But why then?
Spygate doesn't matter.
Why would the NFL set videos on fire that don't matter?
Because it's fucking Roger Goodell, and Roger Goodell is an idiot and wants to make everyone think that his league is perfect. He has completely shut out the idea that Spygate ever happened. He kind of somewhat admitted to Deflategate, but just was like, hey, Tom Brady, you're going to take this one on the chin. And let's not forget that there is a brain misfunction with every single NFL player besides one kicker out of a 120 sample pool. 119 people had CTE, and this man has still not fucking talked about it. He's just been like, hey, by the way, everyone who plays in our league is going to die by the time they're 60. Every single person. Whether they care or not, that's on them. But we aren't going to talk about it. We're not even going to do anything. So, yeah. Do I think Roger Goodell maybe just wants to hide Spygate to make himself look better, make his league look better, considering he's hiding an entire fucking brain aneurysm from everyone? Yes. I think that's something that Roger Goodell would do. And why? I couldn't tell you, but this man really likes to hide things about his league. Really likes to hide.
I'm just saying, it seems like the senator thought it was wrong. It seems like every team in the NFL thought it was wrong. It seems like Robert Kraft thought it was wrong. It seems like Roger Goodell thought it was wrong. It seems like everyone involved knew it was wrong, and everyone with the evidence hid it, and everyone who couldn't had it wanted it.
I agree. It was wrong. You should.
This stuff went until 2008, and they still wouldn't let people see anything. It happened 15 years ago. It happened in 2005, 6.
I think because it happened 15 years ago, it's a bigger deal because maybe film wasn't as big of a part back 15 years ago. But nowadays, thinking of someone going to someone else's facility and recording them, I'd be like, no shit.
It's not no shit. Do you remember when the Patriots did the same thing with the Bengals and how long of a thing that was until they found out that there wasn't even anything on the video? So look, when there was nothing on the video, no one cares.
Yeah.
But these videos had to be burned with fire.
Yeah. That is true.
And 15 years ago now, but when this investigation was in 2008, it was 2-3 years ago. And nothing was, I don't know. It's sketchy. There's nothing we can do about it now, but it's sketchy, and I love learning more about it because it is one of the most sketchy things.
It is interesting. But at the same time, it's just watching film. And that's why I don't understand.
It's not, though. Watching film is allowed.
Spying on people.
Yeah, it's not allowed.
I wonder how many, that's my other part too, is I wonder how many Spygates there's actually been. You can't tell me the Patriots are the only team in the past 15 years that has a little bit of footage that they shouldn't have. Now,
but they didn't have a little bit of footage.
They had a lot of footage, clearly. And they had footage that needed to be burned. But I still think that there's more teams out there that has some practice footage.
That's fine. That's fine. But if you do it to the extent that you get caught and then everyone has to burn the evidence, you did something wrong. And you did it to a more wrong extent than everyone else.
Yeah, because you got caught.
When fires have to be set.
I agree.
Something's wrong. But I think that's a fun little way to close it. Think about that for the day.
Me too.
Oh,
I will
yeah.
say that when teams get caught cheating, I think it's because they're the team that got caught, not because they're the only team cheating.
Yeah.
That was my one. Now, the Astros are stupid, and I hate them, and they're mean, and they should have been stripped. But at the same time, the Astros are not the only ones doing what they did. And if you think they are, you're a fucking moron. I promise you they were not the only one with the electronic sensors. They're just the only ones who got caught with the electronic sensors.
Well, then
There's
be
no
better.
way that only one team was doing that. I'm sorry. There's just no way.
Just be better then. I don't know.
Just be better. Stop cheating.
Just
But
be better at
Actually, stop getting caught.
it. Yeah.
We don't care
Alright.
about cheating. Cheating makes things fun. Don't get caught. What a Wednesday. What a Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're almost over the hump.
Hump day.
We're halfway through the week. We're getting all our bets out today. We're having an okay week. HeyFellas.co. If you want to enjoy the rest of the week and make more money than you do at your job, HeyFellas.co.
HeyFellas.co. HeyFellas.co. HeyFellas.co. Get some merch. Get some whatever. Do whatever you want. It's free.
If you don't bet that much and you just bet a couple dollars on games, go to Twitter. Go to Instagram.
Yeah.
Hey Fellas Betting on Instagram. Hey Fellas Bets on Twitter. Go enjoy the free plays. We're 4-1 yesterday.
They're so fun.
They're fun. We have a play of the day every day. Yesterday was Mystics -2. They fucking crushed it. That's our third play in the day in a row. We're now 22-12 on play of the days.
Crazy.
Go follow the Instagram.
Free money.
Go
free
follow
money.
Twitter.
Free money.
Free money.
HeyFellas.co. HeyFellas.co.
Go visit the website. It's all posted. That's all posted. And if you're really feeling up to it, if you really want to take a dive for just under $1 a day, $25 a month, you can sign up for VIP.
Try it for a
All of
week
our
if you
picks,
want.
every single day.
Weekly little
Try it
thing.
for
If
a
you want to
week.
just mess around, go ahead.
Try it for a week for under
Go
$2 a day.
ahead.
Try it for a week, for a month, under $1 a day. Come on. We
Easy.
just got our third annual subscription. 3 of them now. 3 annual subscriptions to HeyFellas.co VIP. On top of all of our months and our weeks to other people, but 3 annual subscriptions. If that doesn't show you anything about how confident people are in a year-long stretch with us, we have 3 people. After a month and a half of VIP, we have 3 people that already believe us that we will be profitable for a year. Go us
Okay.
and go the 3 people with yearly subscriptions.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Agreed.
That's all I have to say. There's not many
Well, there
people
we
out there
go.
with 3 yearly subscriptions. Just saying.
I don't know the numbers on that, but sure it's better than 0.
And with that, we will see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock sharp.
Bye, fellas.
10 to 12. HeyFellas.co. HeyFellas.co.
HeyFellas.co.
And follow social media.
Have a fellas day.
Have a great Wednesday.
Yep.
And we'll see you tomorrow for Thursday.
See you tomorrow.